Um, so the garden's looking a little wilted. I realize that. But it is 4 in the afternoon in Florida, and it has not rained today. No, it's in the afternoon, and then by sundown they start looking fine again. So the first thing I want to show you that I'm growing in my garden is my carrots, and I think I'm just gonna go ahead and dig it. There we go. That's not too bad. Anyway, let's go ahead and rip out these carrots. There's 2 of them. This guy's kind of small. He's not too bad. Okay. This is my first time growing carrots. My first time growing most of the stuff out here, but definitely my first time growing carrots, and my first time growing purple carrots, because I know we learn. Oh, that was a marigold. I'm like looking for a carrot at the bottom of a marigold. We learn by trial and error a lot. I learned by trial and error a lot. So I figured might as well have fun with it. Oh look, these 2 are like little lover carrots. Aw, they're... What is that? There's my first time carrot haul. And actually there's already like 3 carrots that have already been pulled out because I can't help myself. So I went ahead and pulled these out, even though I knew they were going to be small because I had seen the others. But I went ahead and pulled these out anyway because it's getting really hot in Florida, and the carrots are looking more and more wilty every day. You can see this one was even like dying back. So I was just so afraid that they would get spoiled or ruined somehow. So I figured for me and the boyfriend. Alright, second thing I'm growing in the garden right now is my squash, which here actually, let me turn the camera around. Was actually really really excited for my squash, and some of them are still looking amazing, but I'm getting a lot that are getting like end rot. I've had to pull, ow, fuck. Yeah, here we go. I've had to pull quite a few. They're just going bad. And I don't know. Again, brand new, may never grown squash before. I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know why they're getting in rot. I'm gonna have to do. Oh, sorry, I missed, guys. I'm gonna have to do lots and lots of research. I've got lots to learn still about the things that I am growing. Yeah, here's another one that looks like it went bad. Yeah. Like I said, I have some that are looking like absolutely fantastic and are growing like wild, but then I have others that just absolutely rot out. But this is just straight neck squash. Yellow squash is one of my favorite vegetables. The next thing I'm growing in my garden for the first time ever is corn. What's the problem with corn? So far everything's had a problem. Too hot for the carrots, squash getting end rot, my corn also truly getting eaten up by a mysterious culprit. Even more than the squash, I know nothing about corn. Corn was a request of the boyfriend, and we are just out here doing what we can. To that effect, the corn that you see right here behind me is actually glass gem corn because it was the prettiest corn I saw, so I went with it, not even realizing that it wasn't a corn that you can eat like corn on the cob style, which is what we wanted because we love elotes. So the fifth thing that I'm growing, I'm on 4. The fourth thing I'm growing in my garden that also I have a problem with, but the first thing on this list that is not my first time growing is tomatoes. This specific one right behind me is my it's called black strawberry tomatoes. They're cherry tomatoes, and they are blooming like crazy. There's tons of tomatoes on the plant, but my leaves have black spots, but not, because I know what you're thinking, but they're not solid black spots. It's more like dusty black. So the tomatoes are growing really well, and the leaves have a black something that I cannot identify. It's not one of the ones, at least to me, immediately screams a specific thing. So let me show you really quickly. Maybe you guys. Right. So there we go. That's what I'm dealing with here. It's this very light black spot. It doesn't necessarily look powdery, but it's not the like heavy black spots that I'm used to seeing in tomato pictures. I also got a bit of leaf dying that's coming with it. So if you know what's going on with this plant, I'd love for your help. Quick little, I changed the camera the wrong way. Quick little aside, this tiny little guy growing in this bed where he has no room to grow has a little baby tomato on him. And I think that's the coolest thing. Actually, 2 little baby tomatoes on him. And I think that's the coolest thing ever. He does have also the worst looking leaf. Oh my god, I just saw that. Alright, so there we go. That's what I'm dealing with here. It's this very light black spot. It doesn't necessarily look powdery, but it's not the like heavy black spots that I'm used to seeing in tomato pictures. I also got a bit of leaf dying that's coming with it. So if you know what's going on with this plant, I'd love for your help. Quick little, I changed the camera the wrong way. Quick little aside, this tiny little guy growing in this bed where he has no room to grow has a little baby tomato on him. And I think that's the coolest thing. Actually, 2 little baby tomatoes on him. And I think that's the coolest thing ever. He does have also the worst looking leaf. Oh my god, I just saw that. The 5th plant that I'm growing, the 5th plant that I'm growing right now in my garden is my aloe. I moved it. Here's what's wrong with this plant. Actually, most of my aloe, absolutely nothing. They're chilling. All the babies that I moved into the purple bed are doing great. However, the big one, I think his roots are too deep for the shallow bed, and he's really struggling. Kiddie pool containers. Shout out to Roots and Refuge, Jessica Soward, for the container idea. So shout out to her for a lot of the things I do know. She is one of the YouTubers that I watch like the most. Her and Holler Homestead. Absolutely love them. It's what's got me doing all this crazy stuff. So thank you, ladies. Appreciate you. Oh, I didn't even show you. So he looks fine on the underside, but he's super dark and purple on this side. I looked it up. One of the things it said was too much sun. It also said stress. Now he's actually getting less sun where he got replanted than where he was planted before. But when he was planted over here, he was super happy. Like, I mean, he loved it over here. So we are just gonna put him right back. Because if this is his happy home, I'm okay with that. So that's 5 things that I have growing in the garden right now in May in Central Florida. I did just want to show you, because it's hot and I want to go inside. I don't have time. So adding this one as a bonus to the list because he's a surprise. Over the winter I had romaine lettuce, and I had let it go to seed because that's how I have all of the marigolds in my garden. Here, I'll show you guys that too. Every single marigold that you see in the purple bed, in my in-ground bed here, and then a few other random places, are all volunteer plants from the marigolds I had last summer. So I had just found, let me go show you, my volunteer baby romaine lettuce. So he's in a real nice shaded area because he's hidden by these super tall, super beautiful flowers. So we're just gonna leave him there.